Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. 3 rounds in the lightweight division. First, introducing the fighter, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes into the cage at 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 159 pounds. He hails out of St. Cloud, Minnesota. Let's hear it for McCoy Tekautz. And now introducing the fighter, fighting out of the red corner. He comes in at 6 feet even, with a record of 4 feet 4 and 1. Hailing out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Give it up for Anteze, the Hornet Howard.
Main event, ladies and gentlemen. This crowd is ready.
Chris Clementeer is your referee.
Definitely not their debuts. Both of them have multiple fights here.
Main event, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get underway, huh?
McCoy Tekautz, Anteze Howard, MCFC live. Main event underway.
And Anteze with several submissions from a rear naked choke. And there we go.
Big slam from McCoy.
Big dump. Wowza. And we'll see what happens here. But Anteze having with multiple submissions here in his last fights. Rear naked choke, triangles, guillotines, all of it. He should be ready. We'll see if McCoy's top pressure can go ahead and take over.
You can already see some dominance being set up here from McCoy. He's trying to work his way up as far as he can on Anteze. Possibly arm triangle, possible back take. We're just seeing the progression in his ground game here tonight.
This fight easily the one I was most excited for. I was excited to see these two grapplers go at it.
You can definitely tell the difference on Howard's ground game versus kind of everybody else we see, correct? He's really active off his back right away. It'd be nice to see if he can get space in between, but a good grappler, you could tell, hands and feet. If you see only a guy using one or the other, I mean...
Staying active, Anteze is pushing off the cage, singling out a leg on McCoy, trying to turn to a side and get up. Really smart defense here from Anteze, but McCoy staying on top of him, raining shots there.
I knew these grappling exchanges were going to be like this. I mean, in all honesty, these both have a great pedigree.
Dirty.
With it. Huge knees to the body there. Those will soften him up. Those will tire you out as you go.
Wide stance. It's the only reason why he's not being able to flip him over. If his knees were a little bit closer, maybe Howard could pick a side. He's trying to do that. You could tell by that shoulder lock. If his weight wasn't as far back as it was, McCoy would definitely go for a ride.
I was looking for Anteze to try to flip him over there with the cage push, but looks like McCoy was too savvy to that. Pulled him right on in.
McCoy's got an arm and a head isolated. If he could just keep turning, might be able to get into a crucifix position. But these knees are absolutely tremendous.
You know, Joe, you're on to something a little bit. If he did get that left leg underneath, he would be able to sweep more over the top. But there's just no space to get that in there.
Brody, correct me if I'm wrong. When you have the arm and the head, you usually try to turn up towards the head, correct?
Correct. Pin. Yeah. Yep. I mean, it would, like I said, there's just so many sweeps, even for a grappler like me. It's even tough to understand. But there is a sweep there. He's just missing a few steps.
Looking like McCoy's dominance and his strength is just too much here. And you got to see if maybe, I know that McCoy came in missing weight, probably a little bit more depleted than the other. And McCoy not showing anything, not showing a dang bit of tiredness.
Pushing on his face now, McCoy is his knees.
I got to admit, though, guys, not a lot of those knees. His legs are a little bit too long. They're not really landing with knees. They're landing with thighs.
Yeah, I heard.
Very true. Very true. I saw a couple of them get up there. We'll see what ends up happening here. Definitely straight domination.
10 seconds left.
McCoy staying on top towards the end of the round here. Domination even from, it was the first takedown into this exact position, which lasted the whole round. McCoy Tekautz.
That was all McCoy.
Getting the crowd on their feet here tonight at the Civic Center.
Look at this crowd. They are going absolutely bonkers for their hometown boy. It's amazing to see. And this guy from St. Cloud, I mean, we're talking 4 hours away.
He's really putting on a show here tonight.
Amazing to see. And for a fighter that's a bit more experienced, I mean, Anteze has been in organizations, LFA, things like that, where he's had these up stages, televised fights. Couldn't find a thing on McCoy, but you couldn't tell that from that show.
Absolutely here.
McCoy looking happy.
great advice for the Howard corner here. So he's telling him his elbows are always flat, wide out. He's got to pick a side, go in, and the elbow he puts to his body, he needs to go to that side if he has any hope of getting out of that position if he's put there again.
Look for McCoy to go back to that takedown right away. I mean, it worked the first time. You showed dominance. See if it goes again.
Be smart. I wonder how McCoy's cardio is going to hold up, like he said about missing weight. You know, you can imagine he's very depleted. But also, you don't know.
Oh, God, front kick almost connecting on McCoy.
Big front kick. Oh, my goodness.
Right hand from McCoy. Arm fighting. Back in the middle.
And if there's one thing Anteze is, it's a dog. Anteze will never stop. And he's looking to try to secure a neck.
Beautiful fighting here from both of them, reversing each other's attempts to get control on the ground, both standing up now. McCoy, Anteze against the cage.
Great transitions, both of them here, in all honesty. It was very, very close there.
Wide legs from Howard. That's how you're going to stop this takedown. When your legs are together, that's when they're easily grab.
Oh, that was amazing from McCoy to use the momentum of Anteze pushing back on him to drag him forward towards the middle of the cage to get that takedown, but it did not seem to work as heavy as he thought it would.
His base is so wide, though, with Anteze. Anteze has really got that going. Really tough to get down in general. It's without those hands locked under the butt, you're not going to be able to really get it. You got to get them.
You're absolutely right.
He just doesn't have any respect with the hands or anything coming his way. I mean, McCoy hasn't gotten touched.
McCoy still leaning into him here, putting most of his body weight on him. Anteze with a smart knee there. The body was completely open, and again with another knee.
It truly is tough to tell because, I mean, I watched Anteze's fights. We all did yesterday. And watching them, you could see that, like I said, straight dog in that man.
He speed really has improved as well.
Very much so.
The speed of Anteze has improved since his last couple fights.
Little sneaky Sergio Pettis high kick off the break. Ooh, nice teep. Nice lead teep.
Ooh, that leg kick landed. Oh, my goodness. Great leg kick there from Anteze. You got to see
McCoy
that start
signaling
picking
to
up.
come on. He wants more.
McCoy's definitely looking a little gassed. I'm not going to lie to you there.
Wow.
Deep breaths from McCoy.
Like we talked about, maybe that weight cut is playing a factor, guys.
Absolutely. It does seem like it could be. I mean, also those grappling exchanges are no joke.
Oh, my gosh.
Ooh.
Great right hand from McCoy. Asking for more. McCoy wants more from Anteze.
I don't think he wants to push.
Kicks.
I just think he wants to sit there for a second, maybe get a breath. It's probably a good route here currently. Let him get some energy back here.
These cross feints from Anteze are giving us anxiety. Connects with a big one right there on him.
McCoy definitely the stronger fighter here. Definitely stronger, but Anteze does not stop.
That muscle sure needs a lot of oxygen, though. Am I right, guys?
You're not wrong. Watch that
kick
glycogen
feints.
build up.
Woo!
Spinning back kick from
coming
McCoy.
at him again.
We're seeing the occasional stance switch from Howard here, too.
I think Howard would really benefit from taking advantage of his.
Backing him up. McCoy's attitude. He seems too comfortable in this cage right now.
He's
It is
talking to
awesome.
him. He is talking to him.
Man. You guys, I got to admit, I would have liked to see Howard try a little bit more to win that round. I mean, that might be a McCoy round.
I agree. In all honesty, it's very tough to tell why he didn't push there.
It is definitely more even. If that front kick landed at the beginning of the round, that could be some serious damage. It looks like McCoy is getting a little more gassed. Anteze is staying much calmer and much more control of his breath here.
The good news is we got only one more round. It's only 3 minutes. Even if you wanted to try to coast through it, you could. And that's why I think Anteze really should have pushed there. I really think he should have taken over, saw the tiredness in his eyes. It's tough, though. You're walking into a bulldozer at that point.
This could be a Dominic Cruz effect. Big breaths. He is a wrestler. Remember, he's spent hours and hours on the high school wrestling mat, so this is nothing new to him. That's why you see him emoting and being comfortable in there.
Not to mention, you're getting a full day to rehydrate.
Yeah, that is true.
Imagine that in wrestling.
I know. Yeah. You gain most of the weight that would come back. I'm still thinking about the Howard situation. If you got a guy calling you forward and you have the edge striking, I mean, why don't you throw something?
Yeah.
Like you have to. I mean,
not be showing his gas tank.
We might be 2-0 into the round for McCoy. Oof.
coming out strong in the third round.
McCoy coming in with the clinch right away.
Typical McCoy walking forward. At least, man, Howard's got a couple pity-patter shots, but it's not going to be much to really slow him down.
Putting that body weight on Howard, trying to pick a side and turn into it now. Doing a good job of not grabbing the cage, but using the cage to his momentum. What a great takedown from McCoy Tekautz.
Not sure if you saw that either. Boy gave us a wink when he was over here.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Guy does not care.
McCoy did?
Yes.
McCoy Tekautz is a stud.
Wow.
Charismatic as all get out in
Howard
here showing
is
his
eating
dominance.
these shots on the bottom. What a dog.
McCoy's been talking to him, showboating, doing the whole nine. A lot of sportsmanship in here.
So what Howard's coach said earlier, he needs to pick a side with his elbow, and he's going to go to that side. That's how you're going to turn over.
Absolutely.
And you see how he has his hands over the top? You're not going to be able to pull yourself to the side if you have a hand up top. You have to get rid of that right away. Hands in space. Hands together at all
create
times.
space, absolutely.
Yep.
Brody.
I do love the advice from that corner. It's just, he almost had it there. See, the great advice from the corner just doesn't seem like it's going to work against McCoy's dominance here.
In a good position to lock the left hand of Anteze to get a more dominant position, not focused on that, still focused on control and dominance, fighting for his right arm back from Anteze. But shoving that elbow in Anteze's face doesn't feel good.
Doesn't seem like McCoy's been very surprised
Those
at
connected.
all. Kind of not showing much respect going into that third round here, really. He just kind of came forward, threw those strikes, got him clinched, knew he was going to get him down almost. Oh.
That's nasty.
Gosh, it's just really upsetting to see. It's just really upsetting to see, guys, because Howard's better than this. I mean, we've seen grappling. If a guy's gotten most of his submissions off of his back, I mean, you'd expect a little bit more.
McCoy is giving it everything he can. You hear verbal.
I was going to say, it is tough for us to say because in a smaller organization as we are, it doesn't mean that we don't have an extremely great wrestler in McCoy. So, it just shows the type of talent that MCFC does hold here. And there we go. That's what we were looking for there was an attempt at that. And he almost caught him with the sidekick. Wowza.
McCoy pushing forward still. The McCoy corner is screaming at him to move forward.
Nice right hand by Howard.
We need to watch these kicks from Howard. Yeah, almost a question mark. Almost a question.
He did it off the switch, by the way, too. Started in orthodox, ended in southpaw.
Great leg kick from McCoy. Another one.
I'm really surprised these naked clicks are landing. Well, big feint by McCoy. 10 seconds.
Check left hook, tried to come in. 10 seconds left. Good fight for these guys. Good fight for these guys.
Unfucking-believable.
Good fight for you guys. Great fight. Amazing to see.
That was fucking awesome. And what else can you say about McCoy Tekautz? It's an absolutely dominatory performance here. The wrestling, the striking, the check left hook there at the end.
I feel like a dog.
Fucking animal over here.
Yeah, what are the odds? In our cards, that's what I call him. He's a dog.
Man, what a fight. What a treat the Rochester fans got here tonight. These two men absolutely putting it all on the line.
Might have to separate these guys. Wow.
A lot of energy from the crowd here tonight. Definitely more and more drama adding to the MCFC lineage here in Rochester.
Anteze is Howard's coach. He's had to talk to two of his fighters now about calling them down here. Got a couple hotheads in the camp, huh?
It is difficult to, get in here and keep it under control.
And turn it off. You just got done. I mean, you got so much adrenaline going through. You're tired.
Completely agreed with you.
The corners coming together, goofing around. Local Minnesota guys.
Not sure what the actual anger from Anteze is. I do see a lot of, hate in the general audience of MMA towards wrestling.
Yeah, You're not going to see that in the Midwest here, though.
No.
No.
Now, you should expect it out here, and if you get put in a position that you don't want to be in, it's your job to get out of it.
Yeah, and
McCoy Tekautz did a beautiful job of putting him in a position that he wanted and keeping him there tonight.
And it's always, it's so easy to sit here and say this kind of stuff, but you're in Minnesota. You can find good wrestling. You can find good wrestling gyms. You can easily do it. You can go to a college. You can go to a high school. It may not be fun to get beat up by a 16-year-old.
No, absolutely
But
not.
you have some of the best wrestlers on the planet Earth, and they're in just the local high schools for free. They have no problem beating you up. So it's just tough to see Howard lose again to another grappler like this.
But of any place to learn lessons like this is the stage to do it on. Accepting those demons, accepting those gripes you have with wrestlers, strikers, Muay Thai, any style you don't like fighting. This is mixed martial arts, and you will have to face that eventually.
This isn't boxing. We don't get to pad records.
Judge number 1 scored the bout 29-28 for Howard. Judge number 2 scored the bout 30-27, McCoy. And the third judge scored the bout 29-28. Your winner by split decision, fighting out of the blue corner, McCoy Tekautz.
McCoy! How you feeling, bud? That was a hard-fought fight. 3 long rounds. How you feeling?
All right, some of you guys know I had a sinus infection. I was at home sick to the flu, couldn't even go to some of these practices. But I knew y'all were coming out, and there's no way I was pulling out this fucking fight. So I pulled up, I got the job done for you guys.
Going in there, I'll be honest, seemed like you knew you had the dominance there in the takedowns. Seemed like you were doing your thing there. Seemed like a couple of those shots got through, though, as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I knew once I touched him once on the feet, he's going to be really hesitant coming in. That's what you see when you guys feint. I feint, and he's backing up to the cage. He didn't want none of that. He wanted to sit there, kick, and play jiu-jitsu. This is a fucking fight, and I whooped his ass.
This is the main event. You got everyone watching. Anything you want to say?
Hey, I want to thank my teammates, man. I got the best team in Minnesota. Fucking Augie, Joey Hart, Derek there. A lot of good leaders like Angel, Pacheco, Ty Madsen. Help me out every day in the room. And Brock Larson, of course, Chaz Dahl, David Pacheco. Shout out to my team and everyone who came here.
One last thing. Once again, we're throwing out belt opportunities. How you feel about one in April?
Hey, yeah. This fight was for the title contender. The winner of this gets to fight in April for the title. So I want that fucking title. Go shine my belt.
McCoy Tekautz!
Matt,